Hey, is it me, or is time just moving way too fast? I mean, days are getting longer, nights are getting shorter. With that being said, who wants to be in the kitchen forever making delicious meals? Certainly not me. So today, I've got a solution. It's dinner in a flash. We start with salmon so easy, I'm almost ashamed to even call it a recipe. A little bit of salt, pepper, and granulated garlic gives our salmon a savory kick. It's seared on one side, and before it's flipped and goes in the oven to finish cooking, we drizzle with a touch of honey. The sweet and savory combo takes this dish to a new level. To go along with our salmon is an equally as delicious dish. It's collard green and sweet corn pesto. We blanch the collard green leaves and toss them into a blender with a few more ingredients, toss it with pasta, and we're good to go. This meal is easy, it's simple, and it's just good food. So let's get started. Let me show you what I got going on. I've got some collard green leaves here that I just went ahead and blanched for just a quick second in some super salty water. Now, I love collard greens. It's sort of, you know, something that we had growing up, and it is going to be fantastic with this pesto, okay? So since I've got my water boiling, doesn't make sense to drain it and then go ahead and add new water for pasta. It's already kind of flavored up, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in some whole grain angel hair right into our water and let that sort of cook up. It won't take long to cook up, but it's gonna be fantastic, okay? Because this is gonna be what we mix our pesto with. So this is gonna be great, all right? A couple more things I wanna do. I got a couple of pans I wanna get hot, all right? So I've got one for some pecans that I'm gonna go ahead and just toast up. I got just a small cast iron skillet here, and I'm gonna add in just a few pecans because whenever you make pesto, you gotta add some kind of nuts, all right? So almonds are good, pine nuts are good. I like pecans because I like the sweetness that it adds. So a few of these, just a handful go in, right? And so we're gonna watch this. You don't want this to go too far, you don't want it to go too fast because the burnt nut taste is not what's up, okay? Trust me. We'll give our pasta just a quick zhuzh here. And let me talk to you about collard greens. Now, you can make pesto out of so many things these days. Today we're gonna do collard green and sweet corn, which I love the combination of. So the collard green comes like this. I'm using sort of a young leaf because to me it's gonna be a little bit more tender and work for us. Basically, all you do is come in and you wanna remove the long stem out of your collard green because this won't cook up in enough time. So we toss that, and then this is what we use for our pesto, all right? So just a couple of leaves is all we need, not much, all right? And that's gonna be good to go. Let's make sure our nuts, you know, we don't want those to burn, just sort of toast up. You'll smell those in a second, that's gonna be good. Let's talk about our salmon. Now I'm using just regular, classic, center cut Pacific salmon. That is great, all right? We know our fish is going to be fresh because it looks fresh. If we smell it, okay, it smells like nothing. There's no fishy smell to it, so we know we're pretty much all good. I can press it down, it's firm to the touch, so we know we're pretty much right where we need to be in terms of our salmon, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and season this with salt, obviously. And I'll go ahead and season it with some pepper as well, and then just a little bit of granulated garlic powder. Listen, this is all we need for our salmon, all right? We don't want to go too flavorful on this because we're going to add on some honey, right? And then we're going to do in the oven with some olive oil, and that's going to give us a really good flavor for our fish, all right? So our pan should be nice and hot by now. I'm going to go ahead and add in our olive oil. And you see that? Our olive oil is sort of starting to waft. So this is good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add our fish in, all right? And that sizzle is exactly what I'm going for, all right? So we know what's gonna end up happening is that our fish is gonna cook, it's gonna be great, and it's not gonna stick to the pan. So this is what you do to make sure your fish doesn't stick, all right? I don't know about you, but where I get my salmon from, both sides don't come seasoned. So I'm gonna go ahead and season up the other side with same thing, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of granulated garlic, and that's it, all right? This is what we're gonna work with. All right, let's talk about pesto, all right? Speaking of pesto, our pasta looks like it's ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain our pasta off. Our pasta is drained. I'm just gonna go ahead and add it right back in, okay, to our pot, just like that. I wanna get every piece of pasta. And I'm gonna let this hang out just for a second. This is ready to go. And we're gonna toss our fantastic pesto with that, all right? Speaking of pesto, let's go ahead and take care of that, all right? So a couple things. It's gonna be our collard green and sweet corn pesto is what it's going to be. So our collard green leaves that we sort of, blanched a little bit and drained are going to go right in to our blender. Like that. All right, remember those nuts that we toasted? All right, so a few of those are gonna go in as well. Now I did say collard green and sweet corn pesto, right? So I've got some sweet corn, frozen works great. And we're gonna do a little play on this too. So we're gonna put some corn in here, and for a little texture, we're gonna add some corn back into our pasta as well. So that's gonna be great, and sort of offset the sweetness a little bit, all right? Just like that. Now, we gotta add some salt and some pepper to this. And I'm gonna go ahead and add in 2 garlic cloves right to this, okay? And I wanna give this a blitz. And what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna stream in olive oil, enough olive oil to turn this into sort of a thick paste. So it's really 2 for 1. I mean, you get your vegetables and you also turn it into a sauce as well, all right? Let's not forget about our fantastic fish, which to me looks like it can be flipped over, all right? So I've got the oven preheated at 400 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and flip our fish. Oh yeah, look at that, all right? That's nice and golden. This is exactly what we want, all right? That's gonna be perfect. Nice crispy outside. Remember, this is gonna be our honey glazed salmon, all right? So we're gonna take a little bit of honey at this point and drizzle it right on there, just like that. And remember that oven that's preheated at 400 degrees. We're gonna take our salmon and throw it right in the oven and let it finish cooking through, and that's gonna be absolutely fantastic, all right? So remember, we want sort of a paste on our pesto. So I'm gonna take the little cap off here, and I'm gonna stream in extra virgin olive oil. Now this is the time for the good olive oil, all right? I'm gonna stream it in, and when we get a paste, we'll be good to go. And that looks good to me. I mean, this is gonna be great. This is a nice, vibrant green color, and that's because what we did was we went ahead and we blanched the collard green leaves in the water. That sets the color. So this is a beautiful green color, and we're getting all our vitamins, all our nutrients from the collard greens, which are great in folic acid. It's great in vitamin C. So we not only have a sauce, but we also have vegetables as well. Pretty smart, you know what I'm saying? So a little taste. Oh yeah, this is it. Oh yeah, that's great. You taste the collard green a little bit, you taste some of the garlic. So this is gonna be a home run all day, all right? So I'm gonna take just our pasta, right? And I'm gonna add back in just some of our pesto, right? I'm gonna give it a nice toss. And this is gonna be fantastic. I taste the sweetness of those nuts, so this is gonna be really, really good. And for a little texture, I actually want to just throw in some of the frozen corn kernels right in here. The heat is going to go ahead and knock it out and warm up the corn kernels, and this is going to be great. So I'm going to give this a stir. This needs nothing but just maybe a little bit of salt, and this is going to be great. Look at that. I mean, just by looking at that, we've got whole grain pasta, we've got collard green, we've got corn. This is going to be really good. All right. Let's maybe put a little bit of salt in, and I think we are good to go here. So this is gonna be great, and I know our salmon is good. Now listen, I'm a lover of, sort of just a little bit of citrus with the seafood. I mean, think about it. We've got the honey, we've got the pecan, so a nice little squeeze of lemon juice on our fish is gonna be great. So you can go ahead and get, a little wedge of lemon ready to go, right? Put it on our plate, and grab some of this delicious pasta, right? Whole grain is going to be great. This was so simple to make. I mean, literally all you do is you just start off by blanching up your collard green leaves. And again, you can use collard green, you can use kale, you can use spinach, a little bit of nuts. I love the pecans, but almonds, walnuts, all of it's going to work just fantastic with that. And then we went ahead and added in the corn, blended it up just a little bit, put everything in the pot with the pasta, and then we're all good. Let's look at our salmon, all right? Oh yeah, look at that. This is our honey glazed salmon. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of granulated garlic is all you need for that. And I'm talking, this looks good. I mean, this is seared to perfection. Now don't forget, the key to perfectly seared salmon is gonna be get that pan screaming hot, okay? You get your pan screaming hot, what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna add your oil in, put your fish down, let it sear, let it brown, don't touch it, and you're gonna be all good, all right? Let's give a little squeeze of lemon here. Oh yeah, just like that. You know me, a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. And let's go in for a taste, all right? Let's go in and see what we got with the pasta and the corn, and that looks delicious. All right, let's see what. Oh yeah, here we go. That's it. The nuts make it really creamy. You add a little bit of texture from the corn. Fantastic. Let's give our fish a taste. Look at that. Perfectly seared on the inside, nice and crispy on the outside. I mean, hey, perfectly seared. This is fantastic. And this was simple, easy. A few minutes and you can have a delicious meal just like this. Listen, I gotta tell you two things, all right? Food is my life and life is my food. For recipes, videos, and so much more, go to my website. It's www.everydaycooking.com. Until next time, remember this, in a flash, is everyday cooking.